My wife started sleeping with headphones on, until one night I took one of them off. At first I thought it was strange. She'd always said she couldn't sleep with any noise, and now she was listening to something to fall asleep? When I asked, she answered quickly, as if she'd rehearsed it. It's just a meditation podcast, it helps me relax. Okay, I didn't push it. But the habit not only continued, it became more rigid. Before going to sleep, she'd put on the headphones with an almost ritualistic care. If I said something after that, she'd just look at me and point to her ears like I'm already listening. She slept turned to the side, the wires tangled in the pillow, as if it were essential. During the day, she acted normal. She was affectionate with me, attentive even. But at night, something was off. There was a strange atmosphere in the bedroom, like I was sleeping with a stranger hiding something. I started getting restless. I thought maybe I was overreacting. Jealousy? Maybe. But then came the details, small ones, but sharp. One night, she was washing dishes and humming a song. I'd never heard that melody before, so I joked, "Is that a new one? Where'd you learn it?" She froze for a second, then laughed and said, "I think I saw it in an Instagram video. Can't remember." But I knew that wasn't Instagram music. There was something repetitive, hypnotic about it, almost like a message. That's when I decided to do the unthinkable. Wait for her to fall into deep sleep and take one of the headphones from her ear. That night, I waited. I listened to her rhythmic, light breathing while the lamplight cast shadows on the ceiling. Her phone, as always, under the pillow. With my heart racing, I slowly stretched my arm and slid my hand under the pillow until I found the wire. I pulled gently. She mumbled something, turned to her side, but didn't wake up. I took the headphone and put it in my ear. What I heard sent chills down my spine. It wasn't a meditation podcast, not music either. It was a male voice, a low, deep voice, too intimate. "You're doing well, just a little more. Soon, everything will be ours, Mariana." I stayed frozen. The voice continued in an almost hypnotic whisper, repeating phrases, instructions, things like, "Don't tell him anything. Remember the plan. You deserve a better life." I felt ice in my stomach. It was like listening to someone hypnotizing my wife, or worse, conspiring with her. That night, I pretended nothing had happened. I lay down, closed my eyes, and tried to control my breathing, but inside, I already knew something very wrong was happening, and I was going to find out what it was. The next day, Mariana acted as if nothing had happened. She gave me a good morning kiss, made coffee, and commented on the weather, as if she hadn't slept listening to a stranger's voice conspiring against me. I couldn't look at her the same way. Every gesture, every phrase seemed rehearsed, fake. Like she knew I was suspicious, but didn't want to give any sign. While she was showering, I took the chance to look at her phone. I don't usually do this, I swear, but this time was different. It was like my own sanity was at stake. I needed to know who she was talking to, where those audios were coming from. But the phone was locked with a password, and it wasn't the usual password anymore. She'd changed it. I started trembling. It was official. She was hiding something. On purpose. At work, I could barely concentrate. That voice wouldn't leave my head. It was a familiar voice, but not enough for me to identify it. It sounded like someone young, maybe our age, with a certain tone of authority, like he was commanding her. I came home determined. If she thought she could fool me, she'd discover it wasn't that simple. That night, when we went to bed, I tried to act normally. "Honey, are you okay?" I asked, trying to sound casual. She looked at me with an expression that was too serene. "Of course, why?" "I don't know. You seem kind of distant." She smiled. "I think it's just stress. Has this headphone thing been bothering you?" The question caught me off guard. She'd never mentioned this before. "A little. But if it helps you sleep, it does help." She interrupted too quickly. She put on the headphones, turned to her side, and ended the conversation. I waited again until she fell asleep. This time, I was quicker. I carefully took her phone and brought it to my office. I turned on the laptop and connected the USB cable. I had a program installed, an old file recovery software. I was an IT technician before changing careers, and that ended up saving me. The program detected the device, and even without the password, I managed to access some folders. Most files were encrypted, but there was a hidden folder with a recent